Hello there, you're now with me, Henny Gui, and this is your TVS News at 5. Let's dive into the topics for today. Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS Secretary General Dato Sri Alexander Nantalinggi said the coalition will respect the Chief Minister Dato Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg's pick for a new Deputy Chief Minister, adding that it is up to the Chief Minister to decide on the new state cabinet lineup. This comes after GPS won a landslide victory in the just concluded 12th state election.
Following the result, talk is rife that Sarawak United People's Party SUPP President may be appointed as one of the Deputy Chief Ministers in the new lineup to replace the vacant slot left by the late Tan Sri Dato Amar Dr. James Masing, who passed away on October 31st. On Saturday, Dr. Sim retained Batu Kawas seat with a 5,393 vote majority in a four-cornered fight against Dr. Kelvin Yee of Democratic Action Party, Chai Kue Kund of Parti Bumi Kenyalang, and Sarawak People's Aspiration Party candidate Fong Pau Te.
Gabungan Party Sarawak GPS's landslide win on Saturday exemplifies the wants and need of Sarawakians for the state to be governed by a people-centric coalition, says Tupong Assemblyman FAZZRUDDIN Abdul Rahman. According to him, it is also a reflection of the voice of the people who reject political extremism, which continue to prey on religious and racial sentiments.
He added that amidst the country's political turmoil, Sarawak must remain resilient in facing the challenges of the future to ensure continuous development in the state. In a statement, the Parti Pesaka Bumi Putra Bersatu PBB Deputy Youth Chief said that by obtaining over two-thirds majority, the state government under GPS can remain focused and committed to fighting for the people through various initiatives in ensuring the welfare and well-being of the people. He also thanked voters in Tupong for their trust in him to serve for a second term. FAZZRUDDIN defended N6 Tupong seat against Ahmad Nazib Johari of Parti Keadilan Rakyat PKR and Chang Hao Yan of Parti Bumi Kenyalang PBK with a majority of 11,209 votes.
Reigning the Demak Laut constituency with a total number of 6,399 votes does not account for the coalition to be complacent. On the other hand, Demak Laut Member of Parliament Dr. Hazlan Abang Hipni wants to resolve the 5 main issues of the locals in the area. Now, Sarawak Disaster Management Committee SDMC on Sunday released its Standard Operating Procedures SOP for the Christmas Day celebration. Among others, Christmas Day celebrations are to be celebrated only on its first day, and open houses are limited to family members, subject to the size of the house.
Holding open houses in halls, churches and public places is not permitted, as well as house-to-house caroling and Christmas Day selling activities. Meanwhile, houses of worship are also allowed to open and are subjected to the COVID-19 prevention and control protocol as stipulated in the SOP. To allow congregants to attend Mass or service, prayer time allowed is from 6 p.m. until 1 a.m. on December 25th for Christmas Eve and from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. on Christmas Day. The frequencies of such services are subjected to the churches, with mandatory sanitizing work in between sessions. In addition, the number of congregants allowed in the church is limited to 50%, depending on the size of the church, with physical distancing in place. Individuals yet to complete their vaccination are not allowed to attend the prayer sessions, and those exhibiting symptoms such as fever, coughing, sore throat, flu or breathing difficulty are not allowed to attend. Children below 12 years old are advised not to attend. However, they are to be accompanied by parents or guardians who have completed their vaccination should they attend. Elderly folks, as well as individuals with chronic diseases, are not encouraged to attend.
Thank you for staying with me. Now moving on. After sitting for 33 days from October 25th, the second meeting of the fourth term of the 14th Parliament adjourned sine die today, with 16 bills tabled and passed, including the Supply Bill 2022 or Budget 2022. The sitting has also made history when it passed the Constitution Amendment Bill 2021 related to the Malaysia Agreement 1963, with a more than two-thirds majority on December 14th. The amendments were made to strengthen the position of Sabah and Sarawak in the Federation of Malaysia. Also passed in this session were the Finance Bill 2021, Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Anti-Smuggling of Migrants Amendment Bill 2021, Patents Amendment Bill 2021, Copyright Amendment Bill 2021, and Malaysian Space Board Bill 2020. Before the end of the sitting, Dewan Rakyat Speaker Tan Sri Azhar Azizan Harun livened up his closing speech with a pantun recital describing the antics of several members of Parliament.
Batu kawan berwarna-warni, jelutung pula tidak habis berdiri. Setiap hari kita di sini, amanah rakyat kita penuhi.
Boleh jawab tak?
Amat berhormat bera, orangnya tenang. Rembau pula orangnya tampan. YDP kadang-kadang memanglah naik berang. Namun apa-apa pun di hati tak pernah disimpan.
Azhar said the session this time was held taking into account the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, with various measures taken including requiring those attending the sitting to conduct RT-KAG saliva tests on a regular basis and encouraging all the MPs to take COVID-19 vaccine booster shot. Amendments to the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988 or Act 342, which were to be discussed and decided today, have been postponed to the next Parliament sitting. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said the decision was made after discussing the matter with Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob and Opposition Leader Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, apart from taking into account the current flood situation in the country.
Bahawa menurut Peraturan Mesyuarat 62, saya mohon mencadangkan Rang Undang-Undang Pencegahan dan Pengawalan Penyakit Berjangkit Pindaan 2021 seperti dalam aturan urusan mesyuarat pada hari ini ditangguh bacaan kali kedua dan ketiga ke mesyuarat akan datang.
The Dewan Rakyat was supposed to end last Thursday but was extended for one more day today to discuss and pass the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Amendment Bill 2021. According to Khairi, the ministry had an engagement session with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Science and Innovation at 8 a.m. today, in line with the spirit of the Memorandum of Understanding MOU on transformation and political stability between the federal government and Pakatan Harapan PH. Khairi said if the bill was approved without the consensus of political parties, it would hamper smooth implementation of the amendment.
Bukan disebabkan tidak disokong secara dasarnya ataupun perkara-perkara substantif yang sebahagian besar telah pun dipersetujui. Cuma ada beberapa detail yang masih lagi perlu sesi yang akan datang supaya dapat dipersetujui bersama.
Right, the Health Ministry MOH expect an increase in positive COVID-19 at relief centres or PPS nationwide following the floods in the country. Its Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said the PPS were considered high-risk areas and public health measures could not be implemented and fully complied. As of 11 a.m. today, 181 positive COVID-19 cases had been detected at PPS nationwide.
Bahawa menurut Peraturan Mesyuarat 62, saya mohon mencadangkan Rang Undang-Undang Pencegahan dan Pengawalan Penyakit Berjangkit Pindaan 2021 seperti dalam aturan urusan mesyuarat pada hari ini ditangguh bacaan kali kedua dan ketiga ke mesyuarat akan datang.
The Dewan Rakyat was supposed to end last Thursday but was extended for one more day today to discuss and pass the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Amendment Bill 2021. According to Khairi, the ministry had an engagement session with the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Science and Innovation at 8 a.m. today, in line with the spirit of the Memorandum of Understanding MOU on transformation and political stability between the federal government and Pakatan Harapan PH. Kerry said if the bill was approved without the consensus of political parties, it would hamper smooth implementation of the amendment.
Bukan disebabkan tidak disokong secara dasarnya ataupun perkara-perkara substantif yang sebahagian besar telah pun dipersetujui. Cuma ada beberapa detail yang masih lagi perlu sesi yang akan datang supaya dapat dipersetujui bersama.
Now on to some global affairs. Heavy rain and strong winds forced the evacuation of thousands of people living along the Vietnamese coastline as the country braced for Typhoon Rai. Strong waves and wind have killed a fisherman and sunk 5 vessels. Authorities instructed fishing boats to take shelter with Rai forecast to make landfall between Sunday evening and Monday morning, December 20th. It was also reported that the army has mobilized troops to help build sandbag walls along the beach to prevent flooding. Rai is the 9th storm to hit Vietnam this year. Wrapping up the 5 p.m. news, humpback whales have made their ways back to the Mexican coast as tourists and locals marveled at their presence. Several boats transported tourists to have a glimpse at the groups of whales who would appear briefly on the surface of the ocean. Boat operator Carlos Pons told Reuters on Saturday, December 18, that it is possible to see them within a nautical mile from the shore.
Y sí, tuvo que ver también mucho que prácticamente la mar quedara quieta en algunos meses en cuestión de presencia humana y eso les dio nuevamente la confianza de volverse a venir a la orilla. Las hemos encontrado, las ballenas jorobadas son ballenas de orilla, no son ballenas que vienen prácticamente a profundidad, normalmente 1 kilómetro o 1 milla náutica fuera de lo que es la costa.
Following government indications, these boats must keep a distance of between 40 to 60 kilometers with the whales.
Amazing. The whales are big and beautiful, and this is my first time seeing a whale. And today I came expecting to see one, but I saw like 20, so it's a good day.
Biologist and researcher at Universidad del Mar who studies humpback whales, Francisco Villegas, said only male whales emit the traditional songs of these animals.
Los cantores, en el caso de ballenas jorobadas, únicamente los machos. Ajá. Y estos generan canciones así como la de los humanos que tienen estrofas y se repiten continuamente. De hecho, hay investigadores que se dedican específicamente al estudio de las canciones de las ballenas jorobadas y han descubierto que cada temporada se le agrega un pequeño fragmento a esa canción.
These animals migrate from North America towards Central America during December, reaching as far as Panama on the Pacific Ocean. And that concludes the 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Be sure to tune in for the Nightline at 11:30 p.m. with Ruben Gomez. With that, I'm Hemdigui. Stay safe and have a pleasant day.